Hey, what's up, guys? Update. This is January 26th, 2024. Been a weird week. Woo boy. You guys might know in one of my other updates, I needed 2 surface fillings up here on this tooth and in between the back 2 teeth, the only ones back there. One had a cavity right below the gum line, and ooh, you guys hearing this right here? This is what the sound of a cool, refreshing Busch Light beer sounds like when you open it at 34 degrees Fahrenheit. So good. So refreshing. The beer of choice, people. The beer of choice. Busch Light, give me a call. Anyway, so the dentist had told me it was going to be $482 for these 2 fillings. Now, can't afford that, right? Can't afford it. So, what I done, LAG the Mama found, I was telling you about this Baptist church over there on Gulf Breeze, the little island between Pensacola and Pensacola Beach, Santa Rosa Island. They bring in a free of charge dental bus, believe it or not. Yes, they do. And I was like, yeah, okay. So we went there. It was last Saturday. We went there. Okay, I'd like to sign up for this and all that stuff, blah, okay, and stuff. So they send you all these little stations, It's just like when you join the military. If you guys went through AFES and joined the military, it's just like that. You go to there and here and here and blah, blah, and here and here and here. And you sign here and you poke there. And you sign here. You sign there. And you walk here. And they do. And the question's this. And you fill out that. All that kind of stuff. Took me to the blood pressure testing room. And I blew pretty much a state record. I probably won first place of the weekend. At least the first place trophy for that particular situation of blood pressure. I probably got that with like a 198 over 121. Yeah. But I got it down. It wasn't down much, but it went down to like, they tried it again. It was like 186 over 102. And they tried again. It was like 180 over 101. I just couldn't get my pressure down because
you get all these weird people you don't even know. Nothing against, church people or anything, but I don't know these people. And they're like touching on you and asking you questions and looking at you like this. Okay, what we got here and stuff. And I'm going to write this down and stuff.
And I'm like, I freak out, man. It just puts me in fight and defend mode. So, of course, my blood pressure is going to go through the moon. So anyway, we get all that set up. Alrighty. And they said, the dentist guy looks and he says, I see one filling, or up on the one top by the gum line. I don't see the other one. No x-ray, you know what I mean? Just a preliminary, I guess you could say, look into it kind of a thing. And all these dentists are cool. They all volunteer, right? There's a guy that owns the dentist bus itself and drives it around. But when he gets to these different towns, they go to Miami and all over Florida. When he gets to these certain towns, there's dentists in the area that volunteer to come and work on the bus for that particular time. Really cool. So anyway, all the freaking out, and the guy's like, the dentist's like,
I don't know, man. I don't think they're going to take you because, the blood pressure and stuff, you could kill a cowboy in 2 seconds if you gave him your heart and stuff.
And I'm like, well, cool. He didn't say that, but he said, they may not work on you. And I'm like, I get it. I dig it, man. That's cool. There's only $482 on the line here, BLG. Blood pressure? No. Didn't drink coffee? No. Didn't use my fog machine? No. Didn't smoke weed? No. Nothing that could raise my blood pressure, but it raises anyway automatically. So he said,
well, I don't know. All they can do is turn you down. They're pretty stickler about it.
Okay. So they set the appointment for fillings, right? They have one dentist that came in to do fillings. And one dentist to come in to do extractions. That's all they do. They don't do surgery parts, no. Not yet. They're working on that. They're getting a new bus built. Where they can do like root canals and bridges and stuff like that. Extractions where the tooth is broke off below the gum line and they have to cut it out. But anyway, that's beside the point. So they give me an appointment, and that was at 7:45 Wednesday morning. Okay, that's when I come in to get my fillings, or to get
Check to see if I'm going to stay alive long enough to just get 2 simple fillings.
Oi. So we get up before the crack of dawn. We get up at like 5:45. LAG the mama gets a cup of coffee. I do not. Drive all the way out there. None of this. Trying to keep the blood pressure
Home. Please don't go into fight mode on me. I want to get this done home and stuff.
Go out there. I'm as relaxed as I can be. Probably still somewhere 160 or something like that. Blood pressure 160 over 80 or something would be my guess. I took it before I left, and it was 148 over 73. Not bad. But I get out there, Anyway, sitting there. Now, we got there at like 7:30. So I got 15 minutes waiting. One other guy, only one, is sitting there. He came in just after I did. And finally, eventually, some lady came in and sat down. Checked in and sat down. And I'm like, okay. Is there only 3 of us out of everybody that was here? It was an animal house of people. I'd say, I don't know, 60 people in there to get this done. And I don't blame any one of them because I was one of them. Free? Free. Okay, I'll give it a go. Don't care. I'll get my redneck fillings in a bus. Don't care. So anyway, we're sitting there. And it got to be 9:45. Then it got to be like 10:30. It got to be like coming up on 11 o'clock. And nothing is happening. The preacher and everybody, the assistants and stuff that are around are saying, well, the dentist has got troubles. The bus had trouble. They used too much power and they fried a circuit. Not just through a breaker. They fried an entire circuit. So the x-ray machine in the front of the bus broke down. The sterilizer, the autoclave, it fried. So they had to sterilize everything by hand in the bus. And all that kind of stuff. Everything going on. This bus is ancient, okay? We're talking, I don't know, mid-70s, early 80s bus. But anyway, so the dentist, she finally walks in. She's an old retired lady, very nice, little bitty lady. She comes walking in. Do-do-do, good morning and stuff, good morning. And they're talking over there at the front check-in table. Everybody else is sitting around about the place, right? At other tables and stuff, and the waiting. What would you call that? Not a pavilion. It's like a meeting hall kind of thing. You know what I mean? There's a little kitchen in the back and everything, something like that. So we're back in there, and over here the preacher say like, "Oh, something. We're so glad, and everybody's here for their fillings and stuff and whatnot." It's all quiet like this. I'm trying to talk quiet. And I hear these words from the dentist.
Fillings? I'm here to do the extractions. I don't do the fillings. Extractions are today. Fillings are supposed to be Friday.
I don't know. But anyway. This discussion goes on till about 11:15 back and forth between them and all the crew there and the chaos ensuing. And I looked at LAG and I said,
Nope. This is a fiasco. And she's like, what do you mean? I said, I just heard these people over there. She said she does extractions, not fillings. Okay. I don't think we're going to be doing anything today, but wasted our whole morning. Coming here and sitting.
So anyway, they came to the conclusion, yes, it's messed up. No fillings today. She's the extraction lady. Well, anyway, as that goes on, which is pretty cool, the preacher said a big old announcement to the three of us that were sitting in there to get fillings that morning. After sitting there since like 7:30, and I think that lady, she came in like at 8 o'clock. A little bit late, but who cares? But we were sitting there for all that time, like hours.
Oh, the bus is broke. They're doing everything. They'll be ready after a while. The dentist is running late.
Blah, blah, blah. Turns out the dentist that was there was actually in the bus at that whole time, helping sterilize everything by hand. Poor old lady. She was trying her damnedest. So anyway, he says,
well, there's been a mistake. The extraction dentist is here today, and fillings were supposed to be for Friday. It's a terrible mistake. I apologize. Wasting your time. Blah, blah, blah.
And I said, you gotta be No, I didn't. I was like, I didn't say anything. I was like, yeah, okay, it happens, whatever. So they're like, we filled out new appointment cards, right? So they filled out these appointment cards, and I was supposed to be there at 9:30 this morning, Friday. Okay.
And we'll do your fillings then.
Okay. Filling people will be here. All right. Okay. Well, of course, by now I'm thinking this is absolute and utter chaos. Why would I even bother with these guys? Why even bother? And then the brain kicks in about halfway home and says,
hey, BLG.
And I said, what, brain? And my brain said,
you know why bother? $482.
Oh, yeah, that's why bother. I don't have that much money. So anyway, we went back today, and it was cool. It was groovy. This one guy that was like in a little prayer room thing that we had to go through and stuff. Really nice kid. He's a cool dude. He was there, so we got chatting with him, killing time while we was waiting and stuff for everybody to get set up. They already was taking people to the bus when we showed up at 9:45, right? 9:30. We showed up at 9:30. It was, right before 9:30, about 20 after, and got checked in and stuff. Well, this lady wants to take your blood pressure.
Well, I got to take your blood pressure again. We got to do screening and stuff.
And I'm like, okay, old lady, And so she takes me over to the table. She puts the cuff on upside down, and I'm like, this is upside down, right? The tube points down your arm, not up at the top.
Oh, well, okay, thank you and stuff.
So she turns it over, and she permits to pull it as tight as she can, like a tourniquet. This ought to get your blood pressure up kind of thing, So she's pulling on this thing. Stretches it down to where I think my forearm, this is the arm here, it's like this big, right? You can see it's a pretty good size bicep. This shrunk down to about this big around inside of this little tourniquet now blood pressure machine, right? And she goes,
okay, here we go.
And I'm like, this isn't right, but okay. She hits the button. Bang, it starts. Now this thing starts going with the little air compressor thing that's built into it. Sounding like Sheila. And it starts going, and it starts to squeeze, right? And my eyeballs are starting to come out of my head because this thing's made my arm this big instead of this big, you see. So anyway, this crazy old woman, while this thing is going and I'm trying to calm down, reaches over and grabs my arm and grabs this cuff and pulls it even tighter and holds it as tight as she can on my arm, which you're not supposed to be touching a patient while you're getting blood pressure done. That raises your blood pressure. So, oh my Lord, I'm telling you what, guys, it turned into the first blood pressure that she took, that she constricted my arm, was 189 over 123. I should have been having a heart attack or a stroke at that point, but I wasn't, because she was only cutting off all the circulation to my arm and causing my arm blood pressure to go up like a tourniquet. So anyway, she
said, let's do that again. That's not good.
And I said, I know that ain't good, and you ain't going to get a good one. Not today. Not you. I said, hit me again. She said,
I'll let you sit here for a minute more.
I said, I'll just get more angry and more upset if I sit. Do it again. Just keep doing it like 3 times or whatever you want. So she hit me again, dealer, and she did the same thing. She grabbed that damn thing and she pulled it as tight and held it like that and had a hold of my arm with her other hand. She's pulling and leaning back like this shit, like she's trying to stop a rodeo calf from the back of a horse. And it went down to like 181 over 110. And she's like,
that's still not good.
I said, I know. I can't help it. In a church, I'm too nice of a guy to tell her, you're not supposed to strangle my arm and hang on to me and fight me while I'm doing this, But she, poor, bless her soul, she tried it again. It went down to like 180 over 98. And she's like,
I don't know if they'll take that, but if they want me to take your blood pressure again before they do anything with you, then they'll let me know and I'll have to do it again.
And I said, well, you're going to get the same results as you just got. So there's no point. If they want blood pressure again, I'm out. So went over and sat down. So here I am, talking to this cool kid. He's telling different Bible stories and all kinds of stuff about science and stuff. Very smart. Went to college kid. So anyway, it was pretty cool. We're sitting there passing time, laughing and chatting, just having a good old time. So it gets to be about, I don't know, it wasn't really all that long. It used to be about like 10:15. And they're like,
BLG and stuff.
Well, they called me by my name. But yeah, that's me and stuff.
Come on.
And I said, okay.
I'll walk you out there.
And I was like, all right then. I figured that, they'd just probably take me out behind the bus and just put me down. Ka-choo! But no, took me out there, got in the bus, right? And I get in this bus. And I'm like, this is pretty cool. For a redneck setup, it's a school bus with 2 dentist offices in it. One at the front, one at the back. It's pretty cool. So I'm like, this is kind of neat. And in the middle, they had like storage and the autoclave and all that stuff. Well, they were doing like one patient at a time, kind of, for the dentistry and stuff, for the fillings. You know what I mean? And they made it good to the people that they had signed up for Friday for extractions. They made it good for them too, because they did filling and extractions. They went back and forth. The old lady dentist showed up for extractions, and the younger lady dentist, she showed up to do the fillings. So it was back and forth as first come, first serve kind of. And by the time of your appointments, they got it all straightened out. So anyway, they were only able to do one patient at a time for mostly because the x-ray machine, when everything went
poof
in the circuit boards, the drills blew up in the front of the bus and the autoclave blew up. So they had to take x-rays in the front office of the bus. So that took up, I went in the bus, come up here to the front, we'll take your x-ray. They're just finishing the person in the back of the bus getting a filling done, or 2 or 3 or whatever. So they take your x-ray in the front. There's a little bitty seat, I would say about the size of a golf cart. You guys know what a golf cart seat, how wide a golf cart is. About like that. In the middle part of the bus here. Office, middle part of the bus, office kind of thing. So I sit down there and I get talking to the bus driver. He's a cool dude from Tennessee. talk like this. Hell, he was pretty cool. So we got talking cars and stuff and property and land and stuff like that. Where we moved, he moved to Jay, Illinois, and we live here and blah, blah, blah. He had a good old time just chatting. So then the person out of the back came out, went that way. They called me back over here, have a seat back here. Here we go. Looked at the x-ray. She said,
There's one filling right here we can see.
You know, the one cavity. And I said, there should be another one on the x-ray. Maybe you can find it. Maybe not. I would be happy with just one filling and then only pay like $200 for a filling at my regular dentist. So anyway, she gets working, looking at the x-ray thing. And she gets working on the first filling, got it drilled out and ready to fill. And she says,
Oh, on the x-ray, she says, can you make that x-ray a little bigger?
She did find it. It wasn't a cavity quite yet, but it was in between the teeth back here. But I'm showing you here. It was just in between under an old silver filling. It was hidden under the silver filling. And she said,
we're going to address that too.
And I said, that's one cavity and that's two. That takes them both out. So that's cool. So she went ahead and filled that cavity, and then she drilled out the entire silver filling on this tooth. The front one that's back here. That one, right? There. Not in the gap. In the back here. That filling, she took the entire silver cavity, or silver filling out. She just said,
I'm just going to get rid of this. It's in the way.
And this new stuff, the new stuff that looks like a tooth, with the instant UV light, like 30 seconds of UV light hardens them up as you go. She took that old cavity out and built the whole tooth back up, hardening up the filling as it goes. They had fantastic music. They had 50s and 60s rock and roll on the radio, satellite radio playing. I got to hear the Rolling Stones, Painted Black. I got to hear the Mamas and Papas, California Dreamin', many, many other far out and groovy songs, right? It was cool. I keep my eyes open. Like a fish dangling from a hook. And literally, my mouth all yanked back like that. And it took her a good 35 minutes to do both fillings, but they're done, and they're done correctly. And she's, okay, you're done. And finally, the two lady, her and her, what do you call, the assistant, the assistant. Anyway, her and the assistant. I can't remember, what do you call them? Sorry, any dental assistants out there? Hygienist, dental hygienist. They clean your teeth and they help, hand tools and stuff. They know how to do all that. Yeah, that sounds right. But anyway, they set me free. I walked out of the bus a free man and saved $482. What do you got to say about that? I mean, a redneck filling, two of them. If I'm going to pocket $482, I'm going to do it. And now the $300 that my dentist has that was going to go bye-bye, right? And $182 more on top of that to get the fillings done would have canceled out me getting my 6-month checkups at my dentist. Not anymore. Monday, my dentist office is only open Monday through Thursday. They're not open Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. So I'm going to call them Monday, and I can cancel the $482 appointment. That's coming up. And then the $300 they already have, that goes for my next month x-ray, or my next year, 2 dental checkups, cleanings, and x-rays. Back on track with my dentist. Yes. And if I find more cavities, I'm going to call that church back and find out how often that bus comes back. Yeah. So back on track. Everything's groovy. And I get pizza tonight. Pizza. Yes. LEG the mama, she's taking Nick home from work And when she gets back, she's going to cook me pizza. It's going to be great. And I hope you guys are great. And you would be great if you hit that like and thumbs up and stuff. Maybe subscribe. You know, it's down there. It just says like subscribe. Just click that. Just click that for me if you wouldn't mind. I need 5 subscribers to hit 1,000 and get monetized. Just 5. I can't get there, folks. People keep sobering up and leaving the channel like flies. Oy.
Like a dog in a flea bath. The fleas are like, no, no, no. This guy's crazy and
Stuff. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy at all. So anyway, pass the word. Stay groovy. Hit that like and thumbs up. And brush your teeth twice a day. Floss and stuff. Peace out, people. Just peace out. Nice talking to you.